Damn, this drama's still poppin'. One of these graphs is the engine correlation percentage distribution of Hans Niemann. One is a top super GM. Which is which? If one of these graphs indicates cheating, explain why. Names will be revealed in 12 hours. Neither are from Niemann. Poster is saying one of them is. Yeah, this was a pretty popular one. Not even sure how to begin reading that graph. That makes two of us. I haven't a clue how to interpret that. I think the point is so one of the big things against Hans Niemann right now is a lot of his, I think like 10 or more of his games, over the board games, had 100% engine correlation. So people are jumping on it like this guy's been using an engine for years or cheating for years, apparently. But then a lot of other people came out saying, no, actually the engine correlation percentage is a terrible metric to use on whether or not someone's actually cheating or making engine moves. But I'm not smart enough to really understand why. I feel like this needs more context. The graph? Oh yeah, I don't really get the graph. The point the poster's trying to make, I believe, is Niemann's engine correlation percentage is very, very similar to a top GM. So much so that you can't really figure out which one's which because the distribution's pretty even. I think that's the point he's making. Oh, it's already on Twitter? Spoilers! So this one's Niemann, this one's Magnus. Oh, interesting. I still don't really know what the graphs mean, but they look pretty similar. You idiot, the graphs mean the red, one is red and the other is blue. You're right, the graphs have different names. Niemann's range is too far, he's too inconsistent. Well, that's what the comment was just saying, that it seems like he prefers to play high risk versus high reward, which is why he has so much variance. Ooh! How does this affect the anal beads theory? It doesn't really affect the anal beads, actually. At least not directly. It's a group of the vibration. It's a graph of the vibrations. Yes. This graph indicates the tectonic activity during the Niemann-Magnus match in order to detect subtle changes, thus indicating vibrations. Yes. Yes. Now it's coming together. Hey, good timing, too. We were just going over the latest in the chess scene. Thank you for that. That was super sweet. Hope you had a great stream. Yeah, I saw Vice recently made an article about it, but theirs is mainly an overview, right? They didn't get any new information or anything. So do I think he cheated? I'm still on the side of there's no, like, fucking concrete proof that he's cheated at that tournament. I just don't know how he would have. If I remember correctly, I don't even think they took, like, breaks. So even with Naroditsky, like, he mentioned how easy it would be to cheat, like going into the parking lot and have someone signal that there's a move. I don't think they actually even took breaks that long for that to have been feasible. So I don't know how he would have done it. Plus, they were pretty thorough with their wand. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I'm still on the side of I don't think he did. But I'm also just not a very strong player either who would be able to pick up on it. I'm just an active spectator. The Vice article is very juicy with new info. Alright, I'll check it out. I was under the impression the Vice article was just repeat information, like kind of a previously on Dragon Ball Z. I don't remember what it was called, but I'm assuming this will come up. Oh, this is not what I saw. Chess Grandmaster Maxim Delugi admitted to cheating on chess.com. Now, if you recall, this was in the latest, or the previous development of the drama. Magnus Carlsen name-dropped Maxim Delugi, saying that Hans Niemann's mentor must be feeling very good. The Maxim Delugi drop Minnie picked up on as like a subtle jab of like, hey, cheater kind of thing, because Maxim Delugi, during like a tournament, got disqualified for suspicion of cheating. He's a very controversial figure. So it looks like there's even more against Maxim Delugi now. Okay, I'll just read it out loud because I think that'll be the better way. Maxim Delugi, one of Niemann's coaches, was banned from chess.com in 2017 and 2020 for repeatedly cheating in its tournaments, according to emails reviewed by Motherboard, in which Delugi admits to cheating. They include a lengthy explanation from Delugi in which he says that students from his chess academy were watching him play a chess.com tournament and that one of them was using a chess AI to feed him moves. Bro, if my teacher was like, hey, Charles, I need you to feed me the right moves, I'm leaving that university because my teacher's obviously not very good. Like, why would I want to be taught by him? I figured this would be a lot more discreet, like more under the table. Oh, wait, I forgot to change category. You're right. I'm literally paying to be taught by this guy and then having to help him cheat. That seems so worthless. Delugi, a 56-year-old grandmaster and former junior world champion, top blitz chess player, is well known in the chess world. For the last several years, he's run the Chess Max Academy, chess school with locations in Manhattan, Connecticut. Private lessons start at $250 per hour. In one email, Delugi says that in 2017, he was playing in a tournament on chess.com in front of his students and was crowdsourcing moves from them. What? I'm now positive that one of the kids was using a program on his cell while this was going on, Delugi wrote. As you can imagine, I liked many of his moves, though I had no idea that he was using assistants to generate them. Delugi admitted in a later email that it was not the only time he cheated. Who did he email this to? Himself? Like a manifesto? How can you possibly be so open with it? Did I miss it in the start? Who did he send these to? Oh, it's towards the end? Okay. Was it supposed to be like a lesson? Like, alright kids, I'm playing in this tournament and I'm only playing your moves, so you tell me the best moves. Is that how he spun it? Yeah, that is actually how he did it? Okay. Interesting. And you pay me $250 an hour. Yeah, true. Delugi was banned from chess.com but was allowed to come back with a new username and eventually allowed to compete in tournaments again. In 2020, he was caught again. I agree that I violated the rules as I had some help in some of the games from an outside source, Delugi wrote in a 2020 email reviewed by Motherboard. I promise it will not happen again. Hold on, gotta click here. Okay. The emails which were provided to Motherboard by Chess.com is the latest shoe to drop in the discussion about cheating that started because Magnus Carlsen, world's top player, accused Niemann, 19-year-old student of Delugi, of cheating against him in a match. That saga has taken the chess world by storm, and on Monday, Carlsen publicly claimed in an open letter to the chess world that chess has a massive cheating problem that must be done, and more must be done to call out cheaters and ensure fair play. You might remember that was the statement he made. We went over that. It's the first time he hard accused Hans of being a cheater, saying that he's not going to play against him anymore. But yeah, Delugi's school here sounds like a Sith Lord, like the rule of two, an apprentice and a master. I believe that cheating in chess is a big deal and an existential threat to the game, Carlsen wrote. Also believe chess organizers, all those who care about the sanctity of the game we love, should seriously consider increasing security measures and methods of cheat detection for over the board. We must do something about cheating. Once again, it's been very well accepted in the upper echelon of chess players that cheating is very easy, but they don't do it because of the reputational hit and the sanctity of the game. Until now, apparently. Allegedly. X-ray machines coming to tournaments. They should do what they have at the TSA. That like spinning thing that gives you like the whole body. Charlie, I've literally played a tournament at Delugi's club. Oh, really? Oh, this is... I'm glad Hikaru rated it this time, because now we actually have legitimate chess players in here that can offer more valuable insight than my fucking P-Brain 1100 brain can offer. We still trash? Nah, no, you're not. I've always felt a weird vibe there. Yeah, I don't know anything about Maxim Delugi apart from all the cheating stuff, so I don't really know anything about him. Like, legitimately, I don't know anything about him other than all of the cheating stuff. And this seems like a really comical way of cheating, by the way. Having his students feed him the moves. Where are we at? In other sports and esports, it's common practice for cheaters to be named and shamed and to receive lengthy suspicions. In a somewhat analogous situation, for example, both the general manager and field manager of Major League Baseball Houston Astros were suspended for a year over their players using banned electronic methods to steal signs. Email obtained by Motherboard show that historically Chess.com has seemingly preferred to handle cheating privately. With Carlsen's statement, the release of these emails, and the news that Chess.com recently banned Niemann for cheating on the platform, that position may be changing. And I have long since this drama broke said that if you are going to handle cheating, it needs to be done publicly. If you have evidence of foul play, that needs to be shared with the public. 100%. So if they truly do have evidence of Niemann being a cheater, they have all this proof, that needs to be public. You can't handle it privately. Why? Well, for the exact reason that they kind of list here. In other sports, the reason why cheaters are named and shamed is because it's a deterrent for future cheaters. If it's handled privately and there's no reputational hit, there's no reason why someone wouldn't cheat going forward. It's like, the risk versus reward. I'll roll the dice. And also, from a public perspective, if you don't share the proof, there's always going to be people that are like, this guy was banned unfairly, you never had any proof. This is so fucked up. So you accomplish two things by being public with it. Neiman is still underage. Are you trapped in a time vortex or something? He's 19. Lugi told Motherboard that he believes cheating is rife on chess.com, but would not comment specifically on the emails. If the article you're writing about is the confessions made to chess.com by alleged violators of their fair play policy, the scope of your article will include thousands of closed accounts, which I doubt would be something you would be completing anytime soon. This should give everyone the time to see how the story unwinds. Interesting. Okay. Chess.com says on its website that it detects cheating by using a tool that calculates the probability of a given move and reviews patterns of play. It says the system gathers and reviews different types of data and other information pulled automatically and manually from all member games. We load these games into a tool that provides the probability that a given player is playing cleanly or with the assistance of a computer engine before any accounts are closed. All reports are thoroughly reviewed by a team of specialists who have reviewed and closed thousands of accounts in their role as chess.com statisticians. Please stop. That's spaghetti. It's not good for cats. Its cheating page says that it has received hundreds of confessions, including from both premium members and titled players, and has anonymously posted some of those confessions online. Should not be anonymous. Last week, Carlson was asked what he thought of Neiman, the up-and-comer who defeated him. Here we go. Yeah, this is just already what we went over. And then this is about the name-dropping of Delugi. Chess fans and fellow grandmasters began to speculate that Delugi cheated in those tournaments and that perhaps Delugi was helping Neiman to cheat as well, though no one had any proof of this. They also pointed out two Facebook posts made by Delugi. One is a photo of Neiman and Delugi posing together from July that's captioned, "Congratulations to my student Neiman for being awarded the Samford Fellowship and becoming a top 50 player in the world. Go Hans." That's so cute. If it was from anyone but Delugi. That's... Cheating will forever tarnish our reputation. I can't even be, excited. Even if this is just wholesome and he didn't help him cheat, it feels slimy. It just feels off. No, I'm not going outside during the hurricane. I wanted to do a storm chasing thing again, but it seems like it's too serious a storm for that. Just 16 months ago or so, I recommended to Hans to really focus on endings. He devoted a lot of time to this pivotal part of the game, and today, proud to say that his in-game play is sufficient to beat the reigning world champion from a better position, Delugi wrote. That's powerful. Hans Neiman, chess speaks for itself. Still an iconic quote. Even if it turns out Hans was cheating, I'll once again say, I don't think he cheated in this tournament. I really don't. But of course, I don't know better than the GMs. I don't know better than whatever the investigation has. But even if it turns out he did cheat, this quote I think will outlive him. It's just a great interview. Hi Danny, it's been a few months. I finally got to the bottom of what happened during Titled Tuesday. I was playing on a laptop with the TV screen hooked up to it so the kids in the group I was teaching could follow the moves. Kids' ratings were in the 15 to 1950 range, and as part of the class they would scream out their suggestions as I was thinking about my moves. I'm now positive that one of the kids was using a program on his cell while this was going on. As you can imagine, I liked many of his moves, though I had no idea that he was using assistants to generate them. I also played moves suggested by other kids, and other kids would often scream out his move as well, as this move made a lot of sense. That's all redacted, huh? Although I don't have direct proof, I'm almost certain that that's what actually happened, and in this way, I was actually getting many strong engine-generated moves during 2 tournaments in question. Truly sorry for that, and I feel like I robbed off my fellow GMs of some prize money, though it's completely inadvertently, as I never imagined that the moves these kids could interfere with fair play, as I usually played much weaker with their help than without. I can give you his name if necessary, but I hope this will just stay between us. All the best, Maxim. You still can't have people tell you moves, though. Right? That's still against the rules. So it's I was cheating, but I didn't mean to cheat with AI. Like it's like his defense is trash. And the kid's name was Albert Einstein. Hi, Danny. I agree it was not the only time. The Tuesday group coincided with the titled Tuesday. The Tuesday group coincided with the titled Tuesday a number of times, and this student was there at the time I played in the titled Tuesday in January as well. He missed a couple of other ones in between. It's clear that his moves were engine generated, but this was the only 2 times that he was there and I was accepting moves from him. The time that I won by scoring 8-9 when I tied with Hikaru, I was playing from home. You can check the places I was playing from, and you will see that starting January 2017, all my titled Tuesdays were played from my academy at Best Maxim. Hey. And then this is Delugi being slapped down, it seems. Okay. So this is just chess.com saying that they're keeping it private. Oh, well, this didn't age well. I will remind you that any confessions or full acknowledgement by you would remain private. At this point, given your actions, I'm not sure we could approve you to compete in any of our money tournaments for some time, but at the very least, if having your account back for personal interactions or coaching is something you'd like on chess.com, we're willing to consider it should you change your communications and provide us with a more full admittance of all actions taken on our site. But they didn't stay private, huh? That's like when Valve caught that guy that hacked Half-Life 2 by pretending to be like an interviewer. So then the guy who hacked it came to the States and immediately got arrested. Hey, we'll give you your account back if you just admit everything in full excruciating detail to us. Scout's honor. He didn't make it to the States. The German police caught him first. Oh, I thought he made it all the way to the States before he got caught. I'm a little foggy on the details, but I thought he made it to the States. This is them saying that they're maintaining the position. This is about getting the confession. Okay. So all of this with Delugi, was none of this known to the chess community? Like the specifics? Because when the Carlsen name dropped Delugi, everything I saw was about how Delugi's a cheater. No, it was all kept private. Everyone just assumed he was cheating. It was an open secret. Okay. So it was assumptions then before. No. This isn't Neiman. This is Neiman's coach, Maxim Delugi. Only thing that was known was they removed him from the tournament after winning every game. Gotcha. Okay. So then this was all new information to the whole chess community then? Well, the specifics, I suppose. Neiman did not respond to Motherboard's request for comment. None of the chess.com emails reviewed by Motherboard mentioned or pertained to Neiman, and no one has provided any evidence that Neiman cheated against Carlsen, though chess.com did ban Neiman after he beat Carlsen at the Sinquefield Cup earlier this month. We have shared detailed evidence with him concerning our decision, including information that contradicts his statements regarding the amount and seriousness of his cheating on chess.com. This is when Neiman admitted that he cheated when he was 12 and 16. This is about Delugi with the emails. Oh, was this his statement at the time? Oh, it wasn't even a statement. It was an email sent to Danny. Why do they keep repeating this? Vice, that is. Vice already put all of this in the first, 4 paragraphs. Are they padding for a word count or something? Now it's just redundant. But yeah, no, all of this was established over there. Yep, here's the ruling. All moves must be your own. Can't get help from any person, including parents, friends, coaches, or another player. No engine, software, bots, plugins, tools, any of that. Yep. This is about the emails that they already went over and posted. Okay, what happened? Did I somehow get swapped around in my position on this website or something? I'm reading the same fucking paragraphs. This is a different email, but it's the paragraphs and everything are exactly the same. What happened? Okay, that was weird. Okay. Unfortunately, we will not be discussing the exact details of our decision. We only act within our legal right to close any account at any time. Work hard to keep chess.com a positive community for chess players around the world, and are sad whenever an account is closed. Given that in accepting your second chance account, you accepted the terms presented in the last fair play review, we have no choice but to ban you from official cash prize events. Sorry that I've come to this decision, but unfortunately too many rules have been violated, leaving our fair play team no choice but to make this decision. As a titled player, we would like to offer you a final chance to re-establish yourself with the chess.com community. If you choose to acknowledge any of the behaviors that you feel might have resulted in your account being closed in the next 72 hours, we may try to work with you privately to have a new account opened, equipped with a title and diamond membership. What? Chess.com They are too nice. They're like too nice. Here's a guy who openly cheated multiple times in your cash prize tournaments, admits it, and you are still bending over backwards to be very softball with him. It just needs to be a hard line stance. You can't let yourself get walked all over like that. You can't. No, this is the one they had proof for. This is all Delugi. He literally admitted it to them in the emails after he was banned, after they conducted their own investigation. This isn't Neiman. I'm talking about this Delugi situation. There aren't a lot of such high-level players, I suppose, but even still. I don't know. I just feel like you just need to be harder on it. I like this part at the end. If you acknowledge this yourself, we can work with you. That should have been like their first stance as opposed to giving him 2 chances under the table. Delugi was a frequent commentator at chess.com, so they probably wanted to go easy on him. I feel like that'd be reason to go harder. Like, you should be really upset. But maybe, yeah. I guess. I haven't been in that position, but... So, I don't know how I'd react to it, but I feel like that'd just be something that you'd be even madder about. And want to crack down even more, like, brutally on, I guess. No, I don't play chess anymore. Not because I don't want to, it's just bad for my mental health. You see, in chess, when you lose, it's entirely your fault. And that just makes me so mad. I just get so mad. So I'll just keep queuing up. I'll start tilted queuing. And I'll just keep going till like 5 or 6 a.m. And it's just bad for me. So I stopped. I stopped about a year and a half ago. So 1100 is where I'll stay. No, see, Rocket League doesn't make me nearly as upset because I can blame teammates unless I'm doing ones, which I don't do. But chess, you legitimately have nobody but yourself to blame. It is entirely your fault. It's because they want the confession. It validates the anti-cheat methods. This is after the confession, though. Right? Isn't this email after the confession? Because this is 2020 and he confessed. Oh, no, you're right. Man, the way this article has posted this information is so fucking confusing. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Wait, no. He confessed in 2017. Yeah, no. He confessed in 2017 for the first instance of cheating. Delugi published a book named Grandmaster Insides. That didn't age well, huh? Before all this, Delugi famously caught one of his opponents using a shoe computer to cheat in a match against him, a story that he recounted in great detail in 2013 to the website ChessBase. Man, the shoe is on the other foot now, eh, Delugi? Unlucky. Did Sockfish exist all the way back in 2013? Really? Damn, I didn't know it'd been around that long. He's a prime Esta. Dude said his feet stunk, and that's why he didn't take off his shoe. No fucking way, what? Wait, I need to look that up. Chess cheating scandals are so wild. Never forget the lipstick cheating allegations. Or lip balm cheating allegations. But it looks like this one was real. Shoe chess computer. The shoe assistant. Ivanov forfeits. This is Sockfish, which is what I already talked about recently, but I didn't know about this. Let's see. No, I'm not playing because of this guy, Boris Ivanov, the famous cheater. Okay, here we go. Before the round starts, I tell him, look for his shoes. I'm pretty sure it's in his shoes, because I noticed that he's doing something peculiar with his feet. He's wearing pretty big sneakers, like the ones they would force you to take off at airports, to make sure that you're not carrying something interesting. They come back and I ask Petkov, did he have anything? And he says, no, everything was fine. Petkov proceeds to beat him. But an interesting situation. The final position against Petkov is actually dead drawn, but he just resigned. It seemed to me that he had planned to lose that game, to lose to Petkov, and to win the rest, to subject himself to the search and then keep winning. Like, I've been searched once, now what do you guys want from me? Petkov was his alibi. Pretty big brain. Pretty smart. That's not bad, that's a decent idea. So then when did they talk about his stinky feet? Oh, it's in this paragraph. We all figured out it's all in his shoes. I actually think he has a computer in his shoes. He doesn't need any outside connection. He's using his toes to give and receive signals in Morse code or whatever he's decided to use. His toes are actually tied in electronically, so he cannot actually take off his shoes. It's not only that he can't show them, he can't take them off. When he walks in a very funny gait, like he's afraid to step on a part of his shoe. It was noted by a lot of players in previous tournament that he has this strange walk. I have a good friend who's an actress in theater in Sofia, and she knows how people walk and noticed that he has a very strange gait, a walk that is not natural. When I came to my friend at the tournament hall, I said this is my head of security. He's going to perform the search. Tournament director was a bit upset. He said my friend doesn't have jurisdiction, can't do the search, just watch. Only sponsor agreed. Completely unforeseen. He thought he lost a Petkov. He got searched once. That was enough. Now he's free and clear to win the tournament. So first thing Borislav does is go to the director's table. He was he was not prepared for this. He got up and he was panicking. His eyes were moving. He was gesticulating. It was the first time that I had seen him actually move in the last 5 days. He was clearly worried. So I'll go to his room. The director had a security friend, myself, Borislav. They have metal detectors, go over every place very carefully. If it beeps and shows that there's nothing, the security guy says at the start, look, I'm going to search him. You're going to watch. If you want something else, you tell us. But whatever it is, we will do the exact same thing on Borislav's opponent. I said, yes, of course. Search is complete. Friend goes, okay, now take off your shoes. Well, this is kind of interesting. So they did the metal detector search, but didn't get the sockfish. Does that not show up in like a metal detector? Because isn't it like a Raspberry Pi? I imagine that would cause a beep, right? Plastic? Well, yeah, the outside's plastic, but the inside, it has like wires and shit. Conductors. Too small, wouldn't trigger. Yeah, maybe I just don't know how sensitive metal detectors are. I figured that would trip it, but guess not. Alright, search is complete. Okay, now take off your shoes. Security guy looks at me without a word. I take off my shoes, I take off my socks, throw them on the floor, just badoom. There, I'm done. Now show me your shoes, please. What happened next was completely unexpected. The guy goes, I categorically will not take off my shoes. My socks smell. At this point, my friend says, I guess that would be a forfeit, right? And Borislav says, if you have to forfeit me, but I will not take off my shoes. It's like a Dr. Seuss book. I will not eat green eggs and ham. I will not take off my shoes. Sam I am. You realize that you will lose, but I will also have to disqualify you from continuing to play in the tournament, and no one will play you ever again. All you have to do is take off your shoes. He actually tried to convince him for another couple of minutes, but Borislav was categorically about it. No way I'm taking off my shoes. No way. So the director shrugs and says, okay, I'm putting in a 0. Then something very interesting happened. After this whole thing, Ivanov was supposed to be withdrawn from the tournament, and yet he's paired for the next round. Pretty convinced that the organizers want to prove that the guy is no fluke, and what is going to happen in the next round where he's playing some expert. He'll be subject to a search. They will show that he has nothing on him. At that point, once he wins the game, which he could possibly, he is a 2200 player, and they would say, look, the guy's clean. But this is only for a really dumb audience. This kind of thing will not work on a thinking type. Yes, the intellectual. What's crazy is this guy is also now a confirmed cheater. So this just ages so weirdly, because the guy who caught a cheater himself was a cheater. Like, man, what a pattern. It was clear that there was something in the jacket. They did not check the jacket because we did not get to it. He gave up before. Watched him carefully. He played his move. This is a real danger. This is him going over the game. Oh. What is that? There's no way that's a real picture of it. We have done a little research and found that unfortunately there's a very low-tech way to cheat in chess. A modern Android or Apple smartphone easily fits in the shoe, and you can use your toes to send signals to a motion detector in the phone. Little wiggles will do it. Or the toe can be used to tap on the LED screen. The response on the phone would be short bursts of vibration. What? An app could handle the interface to a chess engine running on the device, so it's not necessary to work out a very complicated communication system. Is this accurate? Can you actually pull that off? I feel like you need like a really, really big shoe in order to accurately do this. Like the sockfish works. The sockfish makes sense because you're sending the signals through taps. Like Morse code. Here it seems a lot tougher to do that. Cut part of the sole out. That's kind of interesting, maybe. I wear a 13. I could fit an iPhone 13 in my shoe. It's not about being able to fit it in your shoe, but you also need enough room to make little movements on it. And I just don't think there's enough space. Even with a size 13. But maybe I'm wrong. And someone did have a good point. He could have hollowed out the sole. That might have worked. The toe dexterity must be insane to do this. Yeah, true. Yeah. But I mean, I will say, I do think this guy from this story was also cheating. The stinky feet defense for why he won't take off his shoe is very weak. I won't take off my shoe no matter what. I will forfeit the match as opposed to take off my shoe. My feet smell. But it could be true. No one's feet are so stinky that you're going to throw a tournament. Well, he didn't throw the whole tournament. You're going to throw a match just because you don't want people to smell your fucking feet. But yeah, the Vice article was very interesting indeed. I can't wait to see how this chess drama starts to wrap itself up, man. Someone in chat says Hans has a 49 shoe size, which is a 14.5 US, and he's 5'8 or 5'9. No fucking way. That just sounds like a dirty rumor based around the sockfish here. Let me see. Where do you see that? I don't see anything about his shoe size. In fact, when I type in Hans Niemann shoe size, what I get is what we just read about with the guy that wouldn't take off his shoes because of his smelly feet. Source, I made it up. Yeah, it sounds about right. Thanks, the resub burglar. Yeah, I don't see anything about his shoe size. So that feels like a source trust me bro moment. No, I'd never get a ring dinger. No fucking shot. Wiki feet Hans Niemann. Yeah, let me check his wiki feet. I'll eyeball his shoe size. Hans will never get invited to any tournament again. My man. Hans Niemann confirmed for US Championship. Like, what are you talking about? You have to keep in mind, man, they're allegations at the moment. Nothing is fully proven one way or the other. He's not going to be, like, blacklisted from chess until it is definitively proven whether or not he cheated. Hans is uninvited to my birthday party. Oh, son of a bitch. Unlucky. Hans just won't be invited to events with Carlsen. Yeah, that is a true statement. Carlsen has stated he will not be playing chess against Niemann. So now the two can't be at the same tournament. Or at least, I can't imagine they'd invite both, knowing that Carlsen won't play him.